We have done tremendous good job in agriculture sector actually in last 30 years or 40 years, from the food crisis area to we are now food sufficient, so that there are tremendous job have been already done. But the thing is that it has created certain new problems. It still last for 30, 40 years, we are listening the same story from the farmers. If we go to that type of forums, from then also people used to talk that we are not getting good quality seeds, good quality fertilizer on time, and it's very expensive. People are not there in the, I mean, labor shortage is there. We are not getting fair price in the market. All that type of stories are still repeating everywhere if we go. And then new challenges are there, like our soil is deteriorating, climate change is there, all these, all sort of problems are there. That's why, how can we tackle these challenges? Probably this agroecological approach is somehow, it has solution actually, but the problem is like we accept in the forums everywhere, no one disagrees about that principles, whatever you also mentioned there. These all are very good principles. Everyone agrees. And then we adopt them in the policies also. But are we really honest to translate these principles into our practices? There is very big question always, because we do not have the institutions. First of all, policies are one thing. We have to look at the three domains: policies, institutions, and our practices. If we look at these two big domains, institutions and practices, there is serious gap, because institutions, we have not changed our institutions. We are still focusing on technical solutions to every problem. We develop new varieties. We have invested a lot of money to develop new varieties, high yielding varieties, genomic technologies. All these things are there, but the problems that people are highlighting and then we are facing, are they the really technical problems? There are so many social problems. We are really still not that much sensitive while it comes to the investment in the social aspects of farming. For example, we all talk about the farmers group, cooperatives, but how much we are investing to promote farmers, producers group? Are there any substantially, really vibrant producers group in our country, in our region even we can say? Very few cooperatives. They are also really very commercial forms of cooperatives. They are vibrant. Otherwise, the smallholder farmers, we are not mobilizing them properly in the institutional form. What what stops us to go in that domain? Why we are not doing these things? Because we all are the technocrats. We are trained in the technical aspects. We are very smart in technical breeding, all these things, but we are very weak in the social dimension of the farming. So that these things we are not taking up seriously. That's why there is always gap between the policies and then the implementation level. When we go to the implementation, there are lots of gaps we can identify. And our institutions, we talk lot of sustainability, organic farming or whatever maybe, but in our ministry we do not have any designated wing for that to promoting these things. Still he is demanding this. We need one wing that should promote the agroecological approaches. He is still demanding. Probably it is the same story that we are also talking about for last 20 years in Nepal as well. I mean, we also could not establish designated wing for agroecology there as well. That's why these type of things are there. We have to pinpoint the problems. I mean, if we go to the same story, like if we hear from the farmers, they do not care about all these things. They need adequate price for their products. That's it for them. But we are as experts, we have to find out where to hit really. That is where I think we have to see on the institution and program side. We also, another, if we see in the programs, our programmatic interventions are same for last 30, 40 years. We have not changed substantially these things. We give to the farmers fertilizer subsidy or irrigation subsidy. These things are since last 30 years. What we have done other things. For example, if farmers are organized in the producers group, do we have any subsidy scheme for them? Then only they will come to the group. No? Otherwise, why should they would come to the group? They will just go their own standalone approach. These are the things probably what I understood from the discussion. I hope that it is in line with the discussion. Thank you very much.